In the blue blazing squirrel brains are you getting yourself into today, mister?
Welcome everybody back to Atlas. This is a 3x3 world map that I have put together specifically for Calizari Inc. It's my gaming community and Discord, and currently hosted with Gportal, an amazing hosting service that I feel is probably one of the best out there. And if you want to, you can actually click on the link down in the info panel down below, or the description if you're checking this out on mind blank YouTube, and you can get 5% off on your game server hosting. So go and check them out. But anyway, we're back. You'll notice this is a bit of a different ship that you haven't seen before. Well, you sort of have, but you saw it in construction. This is the galleon. It's finally completed, and it's actually, well, it's had more than its maiden voyage. We are currently sitting up here in cell. There we go, B1. And we're actually about to head back to our home base, back down here into A3, and we're going to make use of the trade winds to do so. Thank you very much for the follow there. Unfortunately, I didn't quite catch the name that popped up. Let me just quickly have a look. The least I can do is say thank you to the person in question. And we have Pelican. Thank you very much for the follow.
So, Cal, I got a question.
Yes.
How come your map has the grid? My map does not.
You can turn that on and off. It is the world map one down here. The toggle world grid. It looks like the globe. Yep.
Let me guess. It's set by default to not be on.
I can't really remember what the default is, but you're probably right actually. I mean, it's Grapeshot, so you're probably right. By default, it's probably set to turned off. But so if you hit that globy thing with the lines on it down the world grid, it'll actually turn those lines on for you.
Because, yeah, Winter was trying to tell me, go over here, go do this, and it's like,
No,
yes.
that's purely a map-based thing. Okay. Oh,
And I see
my
you took the
lens broken.
giraffe.
I took my giraffe. I took Raffy. Okay, I got
Jerry's your giraffe.
no. Raffy's my giraffe. Thank you. Well, actually, technically, both of them are my giraffes, but Jerry was the first one I tamed, and Raffy was the one I tamed when I was out gathering resources and realised I actually needed to have a giraffe with me, so I tamed it.
Oh my god, you are just impossible sometimes.
Go and tame your own then if you're that concerned.
That means I actually have to take care of the damn thing.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Or I'd rather just continue mooching off of your instincts.
Yeah. You just stop your complaining
I'll complain all I want.
then. Repair.
I mean, I play with your derpy arse.
Yeah, you do. Funny that. That one. I'm just trying to figure out why I've actually got 2 repair hammers in my inventory. I shouldn't have 2.
Because you're a certifiable quack.
Yes. I see Mr. Luna took his bear. That's cool. Did it come from this one? Yes, it came from this one. Go back in there.
Oh yeah, how'd the skeleton hunting thingy map thing go?
Well, we lost majority of the bears. Luna didn't lose the bear he was riding. Mordred didn't lose the bear he was riding. I lost the bear. I lost Barty, and the other combat bears. Yes. However, we did do the map. A level was it a 23.6 or what the hell it was? We actually did succeed it. The armies of the damned when they spawned were 306, level 306 each. So we lost 5 bears, I think it was in total. Let's see, hang on. 3, 7. Yeah, it must have been 5 bears. I think we lost in total. But it proved a point. It was what the whole purpose of the trip was to prove a point, to see what level of combat bears would need to actually adequately do them, and it proved that point really quite nicely. So I'll be starting a very, what's the word I used? Rigorous breeding program. Ruthless breeding program is probably the better way of putting it, actually. That if the bears don't meet the grade, I'm just going to cull them and start again. There's some very specific criteria that I think they should have. But yeah, we got a whole stack of Ascendant shit. Got about, what did I get about?
Anything useful?
Oh, some armory stuffs that people might like. Damn it, sun's going down. Some armory stuff. So I picked up an Ascendant Pike. If you want to use a pike, go for it. There's an Ascendant Pike blueprint there.
I'm more inclined to use the Ascendant Sword than a
Yeah, well, if there had been well, when I say Ascendant, actually mythical. If there had been a mythical sword, I would have, yeah, no, I would have been making it.
I mean, if we go off that or that specification, then your finds would actually be classified as ramshackles.
Yes, yes. If you want to use the arc terminology, that'd be correct. So, like I said, all in all, it was actually successful. Even though, yes, we lost majority of bears, it was only the 2 bears left. Um, we were smart. We were smart. We didn't take your bear, although your first one that couldn't be leveled, that was one of the ones that died. Your actual bear we left behind. My actual bear, Georgie, we left behind because it's a breeding bear. And Luna's bear, the twin to yours, we decided to leave that one at home as Francis as well. And just as well we did, because we lost the others. We actually just took the combat bears. Um, but like I said, I was very pleased. It was, to me, it was actually a very successful map hunt because we did it without. Well, Luna died, but he spawned back in and got back before we actually raised the treasure, so he still got the bonuses from that.
What the?
What?
Somebody's been screwing with the settings on my bear.
Why? What's up?
The setting that makes him look at you is
Yeah,
turned back on.
it was turned back on. No, yeah, well,
Yes.
you're like me.
And
You turn that shit off.
and it was set to attack my target.
Huh?
My bear is always set to either passive when in the barn
Or
or neutral when
neutral.
I leave.
Yeah.
So that kind of irks me a little.
Yeah, I can
Because that
understand
means
that.
that someone's been fiddling with my bear.
Fiddling with the settings on the bears. Yeah, on the bear.
Well, there's only one reason to fiddle with my bear, and that's to use it.
Is your bear a male or female?
Male.
Male. Yeah. See, I'm one of these people who firmly believe that the male animals should have a breeding cooldown like the females do. Because if a female has been bred, it can't breed for another X period of time, which I think is great. Um,
I mean, the only reason why
I didn't
my
mention
bear
it, Luna.
has not been neutered yet is in the off chance that you want to breed it or breed it and try and get the melee.
Yeah, well, I'm getting the melee. The 253 melee is breeding through true. It's coming from the father, which is the 118 I've got, the Calbreeder. So that's not a big drama. It's funny. It shows as 211 when it's born, but when it matures to adulthood, it get bumps to 253 point whatever it is,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool. Which is actually very cool. Um, so yeah, I'm going to start a rather vigorous combat bear breeding program. That's it's got to have at least it's got to be levelable. It's got to have at least the 211 melee on birth because it bumps up, or higher, of course. And ideally, it's got to have like 1200 to 1500
Why would
plus.
why would the animals in the barn have their whistles turned back on?
I don't know that the no. I inadvertently whistled. I hit J, which is
Yeah, but
all
I
follow
want you
me.
to turn all the whistles off.
Yeah, I know. I turned them off. There was a few animals that still actually were heeding group whistles. Your bear wasn't one of them, I don't think.
No, that was still on or turned on.
Yeah.
But no, I
So
had the giraffes, the elephants, the rhinos. The only ones that I didn't have access to turn that stuff off on were yours.
were
The
mine.
ones that
Yeah.
you have locked.
Yeah. Which I've actually unlocked them, although I did get questioned about that. But I mean, as I said, they're my tames.
Respect
Simple.
other people's property.
I mean, there's two sets of tames in that barn there. There are my personal tames and there are the common use tames. Fanty
Yeah.
is my personal tame, Raffy is my personal tame, and Baldy is my personal tame. Um, Everybody's free to use any of the others. They can even take them off the islands if they want to resource gather, except those three that I just mentioned. They're not to leave the island without my permission. Oh, thank you. Go away, you. I'm not interested in dealing with you.
Yeah, you are. You're totally interested.
No, I'm not. It'd be nice if they actually would hit. Sorry, just a whole fleet of the damned here on the actual trade wind. Some, geez, that red one's got more purple in it.
And for the most part, we've only really got herbivores, right? I
We've
mean,
only
the
got
bears,
what?
yeah, they can eat meat, but for the most part, it's
They're
just
herbivores
herbivores.
mostly, yeah. I don't want to take you on. Come here. Why? How that galleon can necessarily turn far faster than I can?
Um,
Really? One volley and you freaking planked me? You shithead. Oh, great. Here I am trying to fix a missing plank in a transition. Fine. Stupid bloody game. Fine, that'll freaking do.
fuzzy whale, aren't you?
No, fuzzy dice. The Guardian. Yeah, the shitty part is that the fleet of the Damned was actually sitting right on the trade wind.
Yeah.
You've just joined this region. Oh, you've did you bed port in?
You don't happen to have a spare hammer on that ship, do you?
I do. If you go to the very lowest deck and then head in underneath, you'll find two OSBs in either direction. Go down to where the bear is and then head inside from there.
Well,
Bear's right at the front. Yeah, I'm with you, Luna. I don't know why there was even an attempt to move my elephant, considering it was one of the few animals that actually didn't move at all because of the fiasco with the whistle. There is a theory, but we won't get into the theory.
Hello.
Oh, it's Panda. How are you, Panda?
hey, Panda.
Long time no talk.
Yeah. I know, like, every time you're streaming, I'm either working or sleeping.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, that's the biggest drama I have is because my
Very
time zone.
inhuman.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
22.2
I haven't really felt
knots.
like gaming a whole lot recently.
Yeah, that's understandable. Ah, another shimmer.
Shimma shimma.
Yeah, shimmer, shimmer.
I'm debating whether or not to uninstall Arc and install Atlas.
Well, I'd say install Atlas and come and join us.
It is.
Personally.
You could have told me we were
I
going
did.
shimmer.
I did. Even Panda said it. Just because you didn't listen, not my problem.
I was
Wait, what's up?
focused on repairing your ship. Stop bellyaching and close your damn cannon turret or cannons.
Yeah, I will. Just thought of that myself.
I swear.
No, don't that. Don't do that. Even Luna is saying join us, Panda.
Hello. Are you streaming right now?
Yeah,
Oh.
he's playing at the moment, but he's unable to voice. So
Oh, gotcha.
him's communicating through my stream chat at the moment.
The only thing that's kind of like holding me back is I'm playing on one server where I have like dinos and stuff, and I
Hmm.
feel bad to let them die, but I don't play.
Yeah. Well, my ARC stream, which is usually the evening tonight, is actually going to be the first of my streams on Scorched Earth. Actually, tonight I just spun up Scorched, and my actual island server will actually vaporize in about an hour and a half's time. So I spent
Will vaporize?
my island, the ARC, the island server.
Oof.
It expires in a couple of hours. So I've managed to. I spent the weekend migrating the stuff that I want to keep off onto
That
Scorched.
makes sense.
So, and I have to admit, so far, Scorched is. I like Scorched. It's one of my favourite maps. I don't know what it is
Oh.
about it. I
I
just
never quite
like
liked it.
it. Yeah.
For me, it was the challenge.
I also don't like eating or drinking.
Well,
So
yeah. That could be a problem, couldn't it?
I could just respawn. I'm normally building, so it's just kind of a weird map to You die
through.
of thirst really easily. And then a sandstorms. Those are awkward.
Yeah, that can be a problem. Had a rainstorm the other day, actually, over the
Hey,
weekend.
Matt.
Hello.
Oh, it's a Mad. Hey, Mad.
I was wondering if he was still alive.
Mostly.
Yeah, the wind in this cell's not too great. Must be coming to near the end of the trade wind. No, not really. Should still be doing better than that.
Hey, someone's using mods.
Not really. Well, we've got 3 mods. We've got no gold shipyard. We've got a carry weight for ships, so I can actually add an extra 1,000 carry weight to ships when you build them, and a taming overhaul mod. What you're seeing when you're looking here, they're the trade winds. I've actually had to engineer those myself because at the moment the host system can't support the additional files necessary for the server itself to display them. The trade winds probably, at least on the maps.
Oh.
The way Grapeshot's got it set up now is I'm supposed to be able to see on the ocean here a brighter ocean colour for where the trade routes are, where the trade winds are, so I can actually navigate them. And at the moment, the host is not able to support those additional image files. So to get around that, I've actually baked the actual trade wind routes onto the actual standard world map, so that we can actually see them. That makes it easier to be able to navigate them. And the beauty of it is, if you have a look at my mini-map, I don't know whether it comes through very clearly on the stream, you can actually see, it's almost like a grey-blue band that I'm sort of trekking within. You can very faintly see the actual trade wind route on the mini-map. So it makes it easier to actually navigate and stay within the route, rather than constantly slipping out of it, which if you haven't got a visual representation of it, you can very easily slide out of the trade wind. So yeah, it's a workaround that I put in place so that we could actually see where the trade winds were and then be able to navigate them properly. And so far it actually works really cool because of the minimap. It's light enough that if you know what you're looking for, you can see it, but it's not jarring right in your face.
You're moving pretty quickly for how heavily loaded you are.
Yeah, I mean a trade wind. I was doing 27 knots earlier on a different trade wind in a galleon.
With all handling? Too?
Yeah, all handling in a galleon. I'm
That's the point
currently
of the trade winds.
I'm currently 50% loaded thereabouts, and I was pulling 27 knots on one of the other trade winds when we were going north.
I vaguely remember them like saying something about how there's like merchants that travel the trade winds.
If they're enabled or if you set them up, yeah, I could put in merchant routes. They're like setting up. You got to set a route like you do for the ghost ship, and you assign them to as a merchant route, and then the autonomous merchants will trek around and follow those routes across the map.
Gotcha.
Mm.
What happens if you attack them?
They actually don't fight back. At least last I saw, they didn't fight back.
You loot them and then you move on with your day.
Pretty
I
much.
think they drop a flotsam box, right?
Yes, yeah, they do.
So where are you going to, Calizari?
I'm heading back to my base, which is down here in A3, down on this bottom island down here.
That looks vaguely familiar.
That island. It's yeah, it's got a giant brass statue of a dude standing at the front with a lantern in his hand. If that rings any bells. Zaraki, attention, Zaraki. Attention, Zaraki. Shimmer
What?
incoming.
Okay, Grandma.
Well, you complained about not getting warning before.
I was repairing your ship and all of a sudden it's just like, what the hell?
Wait, no working!
And it's raining. And we're coming near. Oh yeah, there's yeah. Yes. Okay. Just be careful up on deck. We've got cyclones.
Ah, the one thing I don't miss.
Yeah, it's not as big a drama with a galleon. This is actually my very first galleon ever. I've never actually built a galleon before this one.
Oh, I mostly ran schooners.
Yeah, me too.
I've
And then
only
I got
ever
into
built-
battle brigs.
I only ever
Well,
drove.
wasn't that the main ship of the Grogs? Was a battle brig?
Mm, I suppose you could call Krypton's brigantine a battle brig.
I remember.
I love
like,
the hesitation in that.
I remember seeing the grog ships. They had a little bit of everything.
Most of our ships were schooners.
Yeah.
Most of our combat vessels were schooners. At Harlow's instigation.
I sailed a galleon once, and that was when I was with who the heck? Assembly and Moonshine was
Yeah.
just like, or Moosh was just like, Anna, you're learning how to sail. And he jumped off the steering wheel and he's like, and if you don't steer, we're gonna crash.
That's
So-
nice. Yeah.
I had to,
Figure it out
Figure
pretty
out-
quick. Yeah.
and then we had a whale chasing us, and it was scary, and I never sailed again.
No, you swam everywhere.
Oh, no, I did swim everywhere. I did sail my schooner, but I stopped sailing pretty much when I accidentally sunk someone else's ship.
Nice. Yeah.
Who was that? Was that Zaraki? No.
That's great.
No, who was that annoying dude?
Rachel.
Rachel.
Oh, you sank Rachel's ship.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Well done.
I just kinda... Yeah.
You
I-
got vengeance for the Arcantus.
Trust me, there was
No!
that
He
was
fucking rammed my ship and sank it while it was on loan to Thrash.
mm,
Because Thrash had lost both both of his brigs, his schooner, and 2 rafts in one day to a whale.
To a
Fine.
whale.
Yes,
that's bad. That's bad sailing.
How
you
did
can
he
lose
make
all
the
those-
same mistake?
he was
I
trying to
did
get his tames back from where the whale were.
Oh.
That's
I
still-
remember that.
I was able
And-
to outrun a whale in a raft.
That's alright. I got one down to half health in my galleon last night before I realized I was not full up on enough cannonballs.
Rose, don't hiss at the new kitty.
But
Thank you.
no, freaking gun raining.
Rain stopped.
Yeah. I was drafting
I...
on the Blackwood map.
So when I first started playing Atlas back in season 1 of Army Go,
Mm-hmm.
I had my fill of whales.
Oh
Because
yeah.
we lived in the far north, and there was a whale right over the border.
Ah,
And
yes.
so whenever we went across the border, it was full sails.
Run like all hell. Yeah.
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 Have
No,
you ever
I
accidentally
I think on Kingdom's End, I think the only true battle brig that Grogs had was the one that I built right near the end of the season there, because it was all masterwork plus whatever I could get my hands on, and the cannons were masterwork cannons with upper legendary damages on them. They were really nice cannons,
noise?
and I actually went hunting with that thing. It was brilliant.
Wolves?
Yeah, sometimes. Mostly though, what was it? Assembly tried to pirate me once. That was a mistake. In a schooner. That was a mistake. They ended up turning tail and running.
I think I only ever got pirated once in you're on the Armco server. And honestly, I had so little resources that they actually felt bad for pirating me.
Oh, that ship is nearly dead. That ship of the damned. Schooner of the damned. There's nothing out here attacking him. Why is it so dead? I'm not going to attack him.
Have you ever accidentally sailed through a shimmer into a fleet of the
You
damned
don't
with
talk about my luck.
that had galleons in a raft?
In a raft? No, I've never done that in a raft.
I got away.
I've done it in a schooner, and let's just say I was glad I was wearing my brown pants that day. It was not fun. I got away, and I didn't sink, but I got planked quite heavily, and fortunately I carry spare planks, so I was able
He
to.
always carries spare plank.
Yeah, I was able.
I never.
This
I never
this
got
ship's this ship's been planked 3 times already.
I don't know if you guys remember the my schooner from last season of
Don't
Armco.
can't because isn't your ship built out of sturdier stuff than my ship? And I haven't even once lost a plank.
Yeah, see, my actual planks are legendary, but the gun ports are only journeyman. So the gun, if something's going to break, the gun ports are the ones that go. And I'm
Well, that
also
makes
being a little bit more aggressive when it comes to the damned. And the last one was a level 60 something galleon that decided to. Well, that one that just planked me just before was level
You say a little
73.
bit more aggressive.
It was a
You're
level
talking to the guy
73.
that literally rams them.
Yeah, but that was only a brigantine.
That's not the only one I do it to.
Yeah, well, that was a
That
level
is
70
a
something.
standard tactic for me. Ram it,
Yeah.
turn it to its side to where all of your broadsides are up against it, and you fire.
Okay, we're getting real bad laggy trying to get into here. There we go. It's funny, our base here is nowhere big as New Grogston was, and we're getting the same sort of lag issue that we had coming into New Grogston Harbour. Don't ask me how that works. Yeah, we've actually got 3 galleons in amongst this fleet here. Because for some reason all of us have decided, except for Luna, have decided to build galleons.
I mean, I went galleon because I more or less live out of my ship.
Yeah. Well, I did my usual thing. I've got a sloop that is my dive ship. I've got a schooner, which is a fast combat ship. Normally I then go a battle brig, but this time I actually just went a freighter. It's all it's designed for is for carrying freight. And then I decided, since I've never built a galleon, that I'd build a galleon. So, Luna, where are you at the moment? Because I noticed that the fuzzy whale's not here. At least I can't see it amongst all this stuffs.
Hi.
Oh, welcome. Haven't you made it back here yet?
I'm going for copper. I can't find it.
For copper?
Yeah. Um,
Zell's Island has copper. That's the cell
Oh.
just north of us.
I
I'm on
was
Power Stone 9.
Zell's Island's got lots of copper, but there's small nodes all over the place. That's up there in A2. The one north of his also has got copper on it. Some larger nodes on it. And it's the silver one. Oh yes, you're over there, the pure nodes. Those pure nodes are up on top of the hill, so you might have fun getting to them. Up on top of the mountain.
I have been trying to get up there, but I don't see any nodes up there. It's just cliffs trying to throw me off.
Yeah, there's nodes up there. It's just a matter of getting up to them. Cool, okay, the animals are still fine for a bit. I'm not having network issues again, am I? No, I'm not. Good, thank goodness. It's funny. I've got the dinghy on the ship. I don't use the dinghy. I just jump off. Oh, okay. Anybody want to tame a cow? We've got a cow in the trap.
Hmm?
Part of me wants to shoot you just for asking that.
It's a level 50 cow at that.
Part of me still wants to shoot you just for asking that.
Well, we do have fronds. Well, we've already got 3 of them, and the milk is handy.
Yeah.
Luna, do you want another cow?
I have 3, and I haven't milked any of them, and we still have a ton of milk. So I think 3 is actually fine.
Okay, well, I won't tame it then.
Oh, fun! My grappling hook just broke.
And there's no smithy on that ship.
Fair.
There's no smithy on that ship.
No, and I already fell off this cliff once and got down to about half health.
Yeah, don't go doing it again.
Luna went splat.
Luna
No.
went splat. Almost went splat.
Not yet. Actually, I think, yes, I can actually safely get down.
Where do you keep your eggs? The eggs.
The eggs are in the meat icebox.
Misa back.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Sorry, our new cat is being really calm and quiet. It's Miss Fussy Butt that's being annoyed.
Yeah.
So our new cat's name is Madeira,
Ooh.
and she is it's a type of wine.
Yes, I know.
She's very. When we originally got our 2 kittens, they were named Rose and Merlot.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, Merlot is no longer with us.
Yeah.
So we got
Oh.
Rose a new playmate, and we decided to keep with the wine theme.
Yes, of course. Why not?
However, Rose does not seem. Rose decided Madeira is hiding in the very top of this like 6-foot tall cat tree.
Ah.
And Rose decided she was going to go and visit Madeira. And she kind of was just on the level below, just hissing repeatedly at Madeira. And Madeira is just sitting here going. Madeira's not doing anything.
Yep.
She's just like. She's just really chill, like. I'm in a new place, new people, and why are you hissing at me? I'm not hissing at you.
Yeah.
She's like the chillest cat I've ever met. Like, they're not like, there's no hair puffed up or anything, but Madeira's just like, alright, you do you.
Yeah, you do your thing, I do mine.
So
Yeah.
we both kind of had to make sure there wasn't going to be a little kitty scuffle, but Madeira just really doesn't care. And Rosé's almost 12 pounds, and Madeira is 11 and a half pounds. So we found a cat that's very similar for weight class.
Yep.
And they're of similar age too. So if Rosé's gonna get bigger, Madeira's gonna get bigger as well, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, I'm a cat person. Cats are cool.
they are. They're great.
I mean, I get on well with dogs, but I could never own one. But cats, dogs like me, and I don't mind them. I just couldn't own them. That's just not me. Cats, however, I like cats.
I'm definitely a cat person.
Yes.
Anti-doggus. Anti-doggus.
No, I'm apathetic towards dogs.
No, that leaves more dogs for us, Rick.
Yes.
Why don't you
Okay,
have a
I can
dog?
live with that.
I am.
He's an
Forward.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't had a cat for the last few years though, and that's been by choice because I'm over 5 decades, and I've always had a cat in my life for the last 45 of those, and I just wanted a
Aw.
break. I just wanted a break, so I've taken a break the last 5 years from the responsibility. Basically from the responsibility. I mean, I'm responsible enough for my daughter rather than having to worry about a cat as well. As much as she would love me to get a cat as well. So, but haven't told her, but I'm thinking about getting another cat sometime soon.
Aw,
Yeah.
that's adorable. Yeah, we
I
could have
do-
gone to like a breeder, but we do rescue kitties, and
Hmm.
we almost walked away with a very energetic black cat He was
Mm.
just so cute. He would like stretch his paws out and grab your hand
Yep.
and give you kisses.
Nice.
Just so cute. But he was just so small and young. We were
Yeah.
afraid Rose was just gonna like bop him
Yep.
around. But
Yeah.
so
Show him his
when we
boss.
yeah, when we saw Madeira, she is a pitch black,
Ooh,
medium haired cat.
nice.
She's beautiful. I
Yeah.
like to get black cats because they don't always get adopted very fast.
Because of the superstition behind black cats, people are just absurd. Black cats are some of the best
Or
cats out there.
It,
oh yeah,
that's the thing that gets me
Most of
is
my family's cats are black cats
Yeah.
because of that.
Yeah.
yeah.
We either adopt the black animals because for some reason black animals are the least adopted.
They are.
It's not just cats; it's dogs as
In
well.
general, yeah.
Um, we also primarily focus towards the seniors because no one wants a senior dog or a senior animal because they're not fun anymore.
Yeah.
So
And
let them kick back, have a nice, loving home to spend their last days in. I mean,
yeah.
Jesus Christ, you heartless bastards.
If
I may not,
we could have more,
I
there's
may not
a
be a cat person, but I'd still give a old cat a final home.
yes.
Well,
That's
yeah.
very sweet of you. Well, you know, there's this bonded pair of two senior kitties at our local cat shelter. They're 14 years old.
Yeah.
If we didn't have our Miss Fussy Butt, I would have been tempted.
Yeah. Bonded
She's
pair.
so
You don't split up a bonded pair, no.
No.
No. That's why we thought Rose would like a buddy. Because
Mm.
her and her brother were like, they would use a litter box together. They were so bonded.
Yeah. Yeah.
Though, mad, she has fallen asleep ish.
It's
Oh, my.
much like our old dogs that we had a few years ago. Well, more than a few years ago now, but we had them both since they were puppies, and they had such a deep bond that when one of them had to be put down because they had
Aw.
a whole bunch of health problems, but the most concerning was a cancer that had a 90% chance of returning regardless of
Yeah.
going through the treatment.
Yes.
We decided, okay, she's already had a nice long run. It's time for her to take a rest.
Yeah.
That's always a rough choice.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, we had to
Yeah,
make
it
that
is.
choice last year.
Yeah, we've had to
Anyways,
do it too.
when we did that, her best friend or our other dog
Hmm.
happened to completely give up
Yep.
and just stopped doing anything.
Oh, that's tragic.
It is.
Okay. Now,
It's understandable though. I mean, humans
What?
do the same thing.
Yeah.
I know he was messing with my
What?
call distance was on lowest,
Yeah.
so it was, or he used it in his trait.
Yep. And people wonder why I lock things.
I don't.
Yeah, granted, no, you don't wonder, but
I don't mind people.
I wish there was a look.
My
I
stuff
honestly
is-
wish, like with Arc, I actually wish there was a way you could assign certain permissions to certain people so that they could lock their personal stuff, so that you know others couldn't get into it, even in the same company, because
Right,
sometimes
without
it's
them being
necessary.
the same level.
Yeah, without having to be the same level. Like, for example, I could give you a higher level access, and that's great. You could lock things from people below you, but then anybody above you could actually access it still.
Right, you can never actually have like a personal.
No, no.
Yeah, I can kind of see the. I don't like that they did it this way, but I see the logic that they made behind it. They wanted it to be different
yeah.
than Arc.
Yeah.
So, and with sea captains, captains have the right to go into their
Subordinates, possessions and stuff. Yeah,
Stuff,
that's
yeah.
why it's set up as a hierarchical thing. It's standard
Yeah.
thing, but
I think it's the same on Arc too.
it is pretty much
Yeah.
same concept.
You can pin code it, but in all honesty, you just break the box at that point.
But the problem is, even pin coding it, if you're in the same company, it bypasses the pin code.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I forgot they changed that.
Yeah.
Oh, they did. Oh.
Now, if it didn't bypass the pin code, I mean, honestly, if you're at the same level and you pin coded, it should block it from people at the same level. They have to put a pin in.
Or even
Mhm.
just give you the option of personal.
Yeah. Whereas
Yeah.
Yeah, like
if a person of a higher rank would be able to bypass the pin, but if the same rank, it should ask for the pin. That would be a better way of doing it. Then people on the same level could pin it and lock it against people of the same level. But of course, people of a higher rank could still access it, which is as it should be. So it wouldn't be that hard of a change to add.
yeah, well, and also having it so it's pin coded, so like what Panda said is you could just demolish the box.
Yeah.
Having it to be where if you set it to personal, you can't demolish the box unless you're that person or of a higher rank.
Of a higher rank, yeah.
Yeah,
So
right.
Yeah.
So
it could be
have it
fixed, yeah.
have it set as a personal chest that in a game like this only the tribe or captain
Yeah.
leader.
A higher rank, yep, could actually access, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and
The
that's the thing
higher
is that
rank will
No,
always
not
be able to access.
not the higher rank, the highest rank.
The highest rank, yeah.
No.
The admin of the
admin.
company, yeah.
Yes.
yeah. Well, one thing too that is they already know who built what because when you look at boxes, it tells you who built what. So
Mordred's
they
is on.
already have that metadata.
Mordred's is logged in.
Yep.
I didn't get notifications through Steam. What's going on? Normally I see when he logs in.
You're streaming, so it may have turned it off
No.
for your stream.
No, Steam still pops up.
Oh.
Steam's great like that. It still pops things up.
Question for you dudes. Do you know if you uninstall Arc and then reinstall it, do you still keep your like survivors?
Honestly, I don't know. I've not done that.
I believe it depends on whether or not you keep the survivor data.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
If
I
you
believe,
uninstall the
like any
actual
game, yeah, when it,
itself, I believe.
Oh,
yeah,
yes. Actually, I have had recent experience with this.
yeah,
So I can
I
uninstall
believe-
Arc and then re-download it and be able to log into Chevy server and continue playing on my person?
Yes.
I believe so.
Because I had a completely brand new client not too long ago. I was still logged into my server, into the server.
Okay,
Nice.
awesome.
Because
when you
Whoever-
uninstall it, it just removes all the installed components. You know, when you verify, it only verifies the installed components. Any survivors and any additional data that gets created through the course of playing the game is left behind when the uninstall happens. It doesn't just delete the whole directory. That's the way it should work, anyway.
Well, also another thing is with my brand new PC, first time ever playing Ark with it, I was able to get it into my survivor, which I made with the old PC, which is in the house.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, cool. I'm installing it then because it takes a lot of room and I want to install other games.
Yes, it does take a lot of room. In fact, my daughter wanted me
Not
to
just
install.
recent
My
experience.
daughter wanted to install Sims 3 on her computer,
Mhm.
and she's got it's only a basic. It's not a bad computer. It's just basic though. It's only got a 450 gig hard drive.
Is
And
small.
and I looked at it and it said only 10 gig free space. I went, hang on, that's not enough. What? Where did all that space go? She's only got like 3 games installed. There's like Ark and there's what else is there? There's Skyrim and I think Medieval Engineers, which is pretty small. So I had a look, and yeah, 300 and what was it 330 gigs worth of data was Arc. That was just Arc.
Yeah, I have.
Well, I mean, it takes damn near a full day to download the game.
So I asked her, and she says, "Take Arc off." I went, "You sure?" She said, "Yeah, take it off. I don't play it all that much." That's right. Next week she'll probably ask me if I can put Arc back on, but that's a whole other story.
Yeah, I just without the servers, like it is fun to like play with other people, but I don't really have an interest.
Mm.
I just kind of got arced out. I mean, I've been playing since it came out, quite literally.
Yeah.
I was one of the first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'd rather watch someone play it than actually play it right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I understand. I mean, I'm playing it because I'm streaming it, Arc. I sort of, I'll admit, I'm sort of burnt on Arc from an actual just play perspective. Like that's why I hadn't logged into Extinction March. I hadn't been on Crystal March. But yeah, I'm still playing Ark, but it's actually more for content creation than it is for actual just play. Which I know that
Makes sense.
sounds weird, but
No, it makes sense. I'm watching another streamer that literally he only plays it during streams
yeah.
for content.
Well,
Um,
I don't only play it during streams, but I do usually put in a little bit of time on the weekends because it's for content. Sometimes you've got to set up scenarios or whatever for the content side of it. And like this weekend,
but
I had to, like on my Friday stream, I went and did the tech cave, but I walked in there with admin turned on. Promptly died, by the way. I actually did end up dying. But I walked in there with an Ascendant shotgun and a level 370 or something Rex with admin turned on. Just for, basically, it was just, hey, let's have a bit of fun. We've got to migrate to Scorched. So I went and did that. Yes, I ended up dying. And then I transferred to Scorched for the first time and started wandering around trying to find where I was going to build a base. And that was basically, I was going to say it was mostly the stream, but it wasn't. That was actually only the last third of the stream. But then, since the server itself, the island server itself expires in probably about an hour or something's time, I had to put in time over the weekend to migrate all my crap across. That's not content. Seeing me go back and forwards between servers is not good content, especially since, because of one of the recent updates, you always get the outgoing reliable buffer overflow every time you transfer.
oh yep.
So you're doing a double login to each server, each direction, each time. Slow and tedious as all hell, and that is not good content. So I do that.
No,
I do that
it's
off
not.
stream. Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, it's like every update just kind of makes the game a little less playable.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit. They keep adding these
Yeah.
U-Boot features, but then they break other things that were working fine previously. So.
So I had a bit of a start because I went and see how much space my Arc is taking up. I originally thought it was 854 gigabytes of space.
Uh huh.
Now that was the entire Steam library that I have on the C drive.
Yeah.
I
Whoa,
have
that's a
about
small Steam
20.
library. That's.
I have two.
Oh, okay. Because my Steam library. What does my Steam library come in at the moment? Ooh,
I had
okay.
20
Okay.
gigs of free space. I now have 373.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Arc takes up about 380 gig or something like that on average.
Yeah,
Right now for me it's 348.
Hmm?
How do you see your Steam library thing up?
I'm just doing a properties on the actual library folder.
Yeah.
Between like all the games I have, if I have Atlas and Arc, I can only have like 20 gigs worth of other games.
Oh.
She's got my
Typically-
hard drive.
What even? Like, I know I have a terabyte.
Yeah.
Don't, right? I have two drives. I have the C drive and
Okay, I'm just going to let that calculate because I don't want to keep looking at it because it makes me nervous at how big the number's going.
Freaking SSD, and I put my more heavy games on there.
Yeah.
But I
SSD
also
drive?
in the
On
SSD
SSD,
drive.
yeah.
Panda only has SSDs as well as I do.
Yeah, well, not all of us are nerdy little freaks like you, so
Panda,
wait, Panda's
I would
confused.
say
I have
lick-
two SSDs.
yes, you have two SSDs.
Oh yeah, you put the 1 terabyter.
Yeah, up to 1 terabyte.
I need a 2
that-
terabyter. How do I see how much space is on them though?
Go into my PC. It should show you.
The properties for it.
sacrifice man.
Well, if I just go into my PC so it shows all of the actual drives, it actually shows me how much is used and how much is maximum space and how much is free.
Oh yeah, cause like my C drive only has 117 gigs, but my stuffs drive has a. Why do I have so much? What is all of this stuff? I have 953. What? What is all of this?
Stuff.
It stuffs the stuffs and the stuffing and the stuffs.
I have
Embrace
953
stuffs.
gigs, and yet only less than 300 gigs is available. What?
Yeah, you've got
Origin.
a lot of stuffs.
Why do I have a file called Origin Games Twat Waffles?
What?
What?
Oh, okay. No, my Steam library came in at 764 gigs, so it's not too bad. I thought it was
The
bigger.
second Steam library, the one on the D drive, came in about 600 something.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I have two SSDs. I have, and the thing is I also, because of how the PC is set up, I have the C drive and then the D drive. The D drive is, for some odd reason, when I reformatted it, when I built the system, it delegated that the D drive, which is the one that is directly connected to the CPU,
Mm-hmm.
was not the boot drive.
Ah.
I don't know why. So all my really intensive games, one with insane load times, Star Citizen for one,
Yeah, for one.
all get put on that drive because it helps out with load times dramatically.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've got Star Citizen separate. Where have I got? I've got 2 terabytes being used and 2 terabytes free on that particular drive. I'm sort of half filled it, and I
Put
think
a screenshot in random pictures.
yeah, Star Citizen's on there as well. That's where that is.
Yeah.
I'm really confused.
I only unfortunately have one spot on my motherboard for a SSD. So
I'm really concerned what's causing all this. Steam library. Probably.
don't forget mods as well love to eat memory.
Yep.
What do you. Was that you? Wait, why can't I access a folder on my own computer?
Wow, right there.
Tech support! Okay.
But no, yeah, pretty much the only reason I can play Star Citizen is because it's on my SSD. Because if I had it on my other drive, it constantly crashes.
Alright.
Hmm. I'm trying to park the fuzzy whale, but
Hmm.
I can't get to your
Cannot
other
be
area
me, but
because the fuzzy dice is in the way.
Oh, I can't get around that way. Not shallow enough? I mean, not deep enough?
Nope. Yeah, it's not deep enough, even if I get like the butt right up against the shipyard.
Oh, yeah, no, it won't go there. Go around past the past. Um. Okay, so fuzzy
Okay,
dice is in the way.
I think so. Is there enough room, do you think, for the brig to fit?
Let me just have a look. You should be able to come around, I think. Give it a try anyway.
Okay. You show that sea bass who's boss.
Nah, it didn't happen to me.
Oh joy, a cold front. Hi, Hammerhead Shark.
It wants to give you snuggles.
Well, it can have them later. I'm parking a ship.
Well, alright folks, I'm going to pull this stream to a close at this point. Thank you for stopping by, peoples. I like seeing people's watching my stream.
Hey, some good
It-
news, guys.
So,
Ooh.
You're
yeah,
pregnant.
if you're interested in wanting to run your own
No.
servers, by all means, head on over to
Panda, why ain't you got him
Gportal,
pregnant yet?
hit the link in the chat there or down the panels below or even in the video description if you're seeing this on YouTube.
So,
But until next time,
just
happy sailing and
looking
thank
at
you very
Steam
much.
prices right now, and you can pick up a 3,000 megabyte read speed and a 3,500 megabyte read speed and 3,000 megabyte write speed